The war had been raging for years. Humanity fought desperately against the Selvar Dominion, a ruthless alien empire that sought to conquer everything in its path. Earth's fleets were strong, but the Selvar were stronger. Their technology was more advanced, their numbers were overwhelming, and their battle tactics were precise. The humans had lost more than they had won, and the future looked grim. Then something strange happened. A massive warship appeared on the edge of human space. It was unlike anything the humans had ever seen. It was huge, almost 3 times the size of the largest human battleship. Its surface was sleek, dark, and covered in unknown symbols. There were no visible weapons, no energy signals, and no signs of life. It floated silently in the void, like a ghost ship from forgotten history. The nearest human fleet, led by Captain Rains of the battleship Horizon, received a strange signal from the warship. It wasn't in any known language, yet somehow it felt familiar. The warship was just sitting there, doing nothing. It wasn't responding to hails, but it wasn't attacking either. It was simply waiting. Admiral Carter, the leader of the fleet, ordered a small team to board the ship and investigate. It was a risky mission, but they had no choice. If this ship belonged to the Selvar, it could be a trap. But if it was something else, something that could help them, then they couldn't ignore it. A team of 6 highly trained soldiers and scientists, led by Commander Elias Drake, entered a small transport ship and flew toward the mysterious warship. As they approached, they noticed something strange. The warship's hull was old, very old, but somehow it looked brand new at the same time. It was as if time had forgotten this ship. When they reached the airlock, the ship reacted. Without any manual controls, the door slid open on its own, allowing them inside. The team exchanged uneasy glances, but stepped in cautiously. The moment they entered, the door sealed shut behind them. Inside, the ship was silent. The corridors were wide and metallic, illuminated by a soft blue glow. Strange markings covered the walls, but there was no dust, no signs of decay. It was as if someone, or something, had been maintaining it for centuries. "Where is the crew?" whispered Lieutenant Vega, gripping her weapon tightly. "There's no life support failure. If there were people here, they should still be alive," said Dr. Alan Pierce, the team's scientist. They moved deeper into the ship, passing through strange hallways and massive chambers filled with advanced technology. Unlike human or Selvar designs, the technology looked far superior, smooth, efficient, and completely alien. Yet, somehow, it felt human. Then they found the control room. At the center of the vast chamber was a massive holographic display, glowing with data they couldn't understand. But what truly caught their attention was the pilot's chair. It was empty, yet the moment Commander Drake stepped closer, the entire room came to life. The ship reacted to him. The holographic display shifted, showing star maps, battle simulations, and encrypted messages. The markings on the walls changed, rearranging themselves into English. The words flashed on the screen. "Human DNA detected. Welcome back, Commander." The team froze. Commander Drake's heart pounded. How does this ship know us?" he muttered. Before anyone could respond, the ship's alarms blared. A fleet of Selvar warships had just entered the system. They had detected the mysterious ship, and they were coming straight for it. "Damn it," Vega cursed. "They must want this ship too." Before Drake could give an order, the warship moved on its own. The engines roared to life, the controls activated, and the entire ship powered up as if waking from a long sleep. The holographic display showed a battle plan. The ship was ready for war. And then, for the first time, it spoke. Weapons online. Engaging hostile targets. The team barely had time to react before the ship unleashed its fury. Beams of energy shot out, tearing through Selvar warships like paper. The enemy fleet never stood a chance. Commander Drake and his team stood in shock. This wasn't just a warship. This was something far more powerful. and it had just chosen humanity. The warship had awakened. Commander Drake and his team barely had time to understand what was happening before the ship launched into action. The moment that Selvar warships appeared on sensors, the mysterious vessel moved with terrifying precision. It didn't need a crew. It didn't hesitate. It simply attacked. Bright blue beams of energy shot out from hidden turrets, slicing through enemy ships like a knife through paper. The Selvar barely had time to react before their vessels exploded in brilliant fireballs. The ship didn't fire traditional missiles or lasers. It used a weapon humanity had never seen before. Energy pulses that bypassed shields, tore through armor, and disabled enemy ships instantly. The control room flickered with holographic data. The team stood frozen, watching as the ship strategically eliminated every Selvar threat. This wasn't luck. This was experience. The ship fought as if it had done this 1,000 times before. Then, as quickly as it had started, the battle was over. The Selvar fleet was gone. Silence filled the warship's control room. The battle was over, but no one spoke. Commander Drake and his team stared at the holographic display, trying to process what had just happened. The ship had moved with intelligence, precision, and terrifying power. It had wiped out an entire Selvar fleet on its own. Dr. Pierce broke the silence. This ship isn't just advanced. It's centuries ahead of anything we've ever seen. Lieutenant Vega took a cautious step forward. But whose ship is it? If humanity built this, why don't we remember it? As if in response, the ship's holographic interface shifted. Strange symbols appeared, then rearranged into English once more. A new message flashed before them. Classified records unlocked. Play historical log. The holograms flickered to life, and the warship's deep mechanical voice echoed through the control room. Year: unknown. Conflict: Selvar war. Status: humanity. Defeated. The team held their breath as a recording from the past played before them. A battlefield in space appeared in the hologram. Massive ships, similar to this warship, engaging the Selvar in a war humanity had never recorded. Human warships, far more advanced than anything the current fleets possessed, were fighting against an overwhelming enemy. Commander Drake's eyes widened. We fought the Selvar before, and we lost. The warship continued the playback. The war wasn't just a battle, it was an extermination. The Selvar had not just defeated humanity, they had systematically erased all records of the conflict. The hologram showed human colonies burning, entire fleets destroyed, and planets left lifeless. Then a new scene appeared. A group of humans, scientists, soldiers, and leaders stood before this very warship. Their faces were grim. One of them, a woman with a deep scar on her cheek, spoke into a recorder. This warship holds our last hope. If you are hearing this message, then humanity has forgotten its past. That Selvar wiped us from history, but this ship remembers. Find the lost colony. Restore what was taken. Then the recording ended. Dr. Pierce exhaled sharply. This changes everything. Before anyone could speak, the warship's AI activated again. Coordinates locked. Destination: lost human colony. The ship jumped to light speed before the team could even react. They were heading towards something hidden, something the Selvar never wanted them to find. The warship moved on its own, faster than any human vessel, cutting through space like a phantom. Commander Drake and his team barely had time to brace themselves before the ship dropped out of light speed, arriving in a remote system completely unmarked on any human star maps. A massive planet loomed ahead, its surface covered in thick, swirling clouds. The warship's AI spoke again in its deep mechanical voice. Location confirmed. Lost human colony detected. The team exchanged tense glances. Was it possible? Had humans survived here for centuries, completely hidden from history? The warship descended into the planet's atmosphere, gliding over vast forests, mountains, and oceans. Then the team saw it. A city. But not just any city. A futuristic metropolis. untouched by war, far more advanced than Earth's current technology. Towering spires gleamed under the alien sun, and sleek ships moved through the sky. "It's beautiful," Vega whispered. The warship landed on a massive platform. Before the team could even step outside, humans appeared, approaching cautiously. They were dressed in unfamiliar uniforms, carrying weapons that made human and Selvar tech look primitive. But their faces were unmistakably human. A man with silver hair and piercing blue eyes stepped forward. "You made it," he said. His voice was calm, but filled with urgency. "We've been waiting for you." Drake frowned. "Who are you?" The man's expression darkened. "We are what remains of the first human empire. And if you're here, then the Selvar's greatest lie is about to be exposed." The lost colony had survived, and they knew the truth. Commander Drake and his team stood in stunned silence as the people of the lost colony surrounded them. These humans were different, stronger, smarter, and technologically superior. They had lived in secret for centuries, hidden from both Earth and the Selvar. The silver-haired man, who introduced himself as Elias Varian, led them into the towering city. As they walked through the advanced metropolis, Varian explained a horrifying truth. Humanity was never meant to be weak. We were once the dominant force in the galaxy. The Selvar feared us, not because of our numbers, but because of our ability to adapt, to innovate, and to resist control. They couldn't defeat us in battle, so they found another way. Drake's fists clenched. "They erased us." Varian nodded. "They made a secret deal with the traitors among us. The Selvar used advanced neurotech to wipe the memories of the surviving human worlds. They rewrote history, made us believe we were just another race struggling for survival. But here, we never forgot." Dr. Pierce's voice shook with disbelief. "And this ship?" Varian turned to look at the warship that had brought them here. The last surviving relic of the old war. A warship designed to win against the Selvar, but lost before it could complete its mission. It holds knowledge, weapons, and technology that could turn the tide. Just then, alarms blared through the city. The Selvar had found them. Above the planet, a massive Selvar fleet appeared, descending like a storm. Hundreds of warships, ready to wipe out the last remnants of the old human empire. Varian turned to Drake, his eyes filled with both determination and urgency. "The time has come. We fight back, or we are erased forever." The warship powered up once more. Its ancient systems recognized the threat and prepared for battle. This time, it wouldn't fight alone. The final war for humanity's true legacy had begun. The Selvar fleet descended like a dark storm, blotting out the sky. Their warships outnumbered the human forces 10-1, and their commanders had only one goal: erase the last remnants of the old human empire before the truth could spread. But this time, humanity was ready. The lost colony's defenses roared to life. Advanced cannons fired beams of energy, slicing through the Selvar ships. Squadrons of next-generation human fighters launched from hidden hangars, maneuvering through enemy fire with unmatched speed. But the real power, the true force that would decide this battle, was the warship. Commander Drake and his team stood in the control room as the ship's AI analyzed the battlefield. Enemy fleet detected, initiating countermeasures. The warship moved with impossible precision, dodging Selvar attacks as if predicting them before they happened. Its weapons tore through enemy ranks, disabling entire battleships in seconds. Yet, the Selvar fleet kept coming. Varian turned to Drake. "We have one last weapon." He activated the warship's main control panel. A hidden system came online, revealing the superweapon buried deep within the ship. A device designed to disable every Selvar warship in the galaxy. It wasn't just a weapon. It was a reset switch, capable of turning the tide of war in an instant. Drake hesitated. "If we use this, what will happen?" Varian's face was grim. "The Selvar will fall. Their empire will collapse overnight. But there's a cost. The energy pulse will also erase our presence from history once more. The warship will deactivate. The knowledge we've uncovered might be lost forever. A heavy silence filled the control room. Vega clenched her fists. No, not this time. Asterisk, asterisk. We've been erased before. If we do it again, history will repeat itself. Asterisk, asterisk. Drake looked at his team, then at Varian. He took a deep breath and shut down the superweapon. No more hiding. We finished this war the right way. The warship's eye responded. Acknowledged. Switching to full combat mode. With its full power unleashed, the warship led humanity's forces into battle. It wasn't just fighting for survival. It was fighting to restore humanity's place in the galaxy. The lost colony's forces pushed forward. Earth's fleets joined the fight. And together, they shattered that Selvar armada. When the final Selvar battleship exploded, silence filled the battlefield. The war was over. For the first time in centuries, humanity was free, not just from Selvar control, but from the lies that had kept them weak. The lost colony would reunite with Earth. The warship, its mission complete, deactivated and drifted into deep space once more, waiting for the day it might be needed again. As Drake looked out at the stars, he knew one thing for certain. Humanity was back, and this time, nothing would erase them.